Hey y'all. Um, just wanted to share some of my thoughts. I'm sitting here in my tiny cabin, nestled snugly in the center of 500 acres of old growth forest. It's 4:30 in the morning. Got up and picked my fro out. My hair's growing with the botana oil. Good stuff. Put a little bit of makeup on. Put on my disco outfit because I can. And as I sit here, I often reflect, why am I here? Really, why are we here? Why are we experiencing what we're experiencing? All different kinds of ways. What is the purpose of all of this? And as you guys know, this has been an ongoing journey for me. When I first started the channel, and many of you know how this all started to where I am now. And I guess what I want to share is why I think we're here. I firmly believe now, or let's put it this way, instead of saying I believe, is what resonates in my core. That I know. I'm beginning to remember. It could be one of two things now, is what resonates so strongly in my core now. One or two things. What I know that I know that I know that it's not what we've been taught. It is not that we are nothing and we are unworthy and we are born in sin and we need to worship something outside of ourselves. We need to look for answers outside of ourselves. When the truth of the matter is, everything that we seek and that we want and that we need, it's already within us. So why are we here at this time? And again, I think it's twofold. It could be one or two things or both. What if this simulation, matrix, whatever you want to call it, what if this is some type of school earth school, where spirit beings volunteer or enroll into the earth program. And part of this education is that you agree to incarnate in this dimension as a spirit being encased in a temple or meat suit or avatar. We actually choose our parents. We choose our form. If we want to grow, if we want to be incarnated as a person of color, male or female, somewhere in between, what we will look like, what environment we want to grow up in, the challenges we need to master, the education that we desire to have. Say, for instance, it's kind of like here on where we are. You may enroll in college for a specific course of that you want to educate yourself in and to become certified or degreed in. To increase our knowledge, to better equip us in educating others, possibly. In this dimension and beyond. Or it could be that we chose to incarnate at this time in this dimension is because of ancestral lines. To perhaps we have ancestors in this dimension that are stuck and they keep repeating. They keep repeating. And I think that some of us are here to help this ancestral line in the ascension process, serving as a catalyst, perhaps, or a reminder to help guide that line back on track. And then again, I ask, well, why? Why is all of this necessary? Why is the Grand Creator allowing this? And then I'm reminded again, I'm thinking with that indoctrinated by biblical stuff still in my head regarding religion and worship and questioning and then I understand that this is not about religion. That's what's been coded in us to keep us from questioning, to keep us from ascending by these little hijacker gods, I call them, not grand creator, but these little gods in the Bible that are lower spiritual beings with a God complex. They have their own lessons to learn as well. And then I come back to the fact that, hey, here I am sitting in this cabin in the middle of the woods, 68 years old in this dimension. 68. 2 more years, I'll be 70 years old. And then I talk often about manifesting the life that you want. And I've been doing that. But then I ask myself, okay, I'm getting some of the things that I'm manifesting. But some things that I know that I desire, I'm not getting those. So I ask myself, is it the fact that I'm not manifesting strong enough? Or is it that it's not something I really want? And that's maybe why I'm not manifesting it to bring it to fruition. Say, for instance, this. Okay. A partner. Would I like to have a partner at this point in my life? Absolutely. And I've had many opportunities to have a partner in my life at this time. Wonderful people. But it was not that fit that I know that I desire, that I want, and that I need. And there's been some wonderful people, wonderful candidates. But I found myself doing what I typically do. When I want something, I'll try and minimize the things that I see that I know that I don't like, but I minimize. Oh, I can tolerate that. I can tolerate that because they have this, this, and this, and this, and this, but they only have that and that and that. And I can only define later on. No, no, no. That's not going to work for me. And I've had family members and friends uh, tell me that you really don't want a partner, Monica. You're too set in your ways. And you have this long list of criteria that they have to meet. And I disagree with that. I mean, it sounds almost like they're saying that I'm self-centered and I'm selfish and I'm not going to tolerate anybody else's stuff and we need to be tolerating each other and all of that. But all the experiences that Monica has had, good and bad, everything that I've learned over these 68 years, I know myself. I'm sure there's more to learn, but I know myself more clearly now than I ever have in my entire life. So, does it make me selfish and self centered? Because I have learned to love Monica and like Monica. And I have so much to share with someone who matches the same frequency that I'm on. Absolutely, it would be wonderful to meet someone that we connect on every level, someone that has a more clear idea of who he is, knows what he wants, and is on that path to attaining that and ascending and moving on to the next dimension with their like minded partner, loving and supporting each other into the next incarnation or ascension, whatever you want to call it. So, no, I don't think it's selfish or self centered. If I can't have what I want and what I desire, I think it's perfectly okay to put that stuff on hold and wait. Because this is just a flash in the pan, baby. Because we have eternity. So I'm okay. I'd rather wait. So if I'm here, and I actually, for me, I think that I am incarnated at this particular time for two reasons: to help with the ancestral line, because we have gotten off track, which brings me back to the parents that I chose to incarnate. Both of my parents were very spiritual people, always questioning. Both of them were Catholic. My mother, in the beginning, was studying to be a nun. And I remember her telling me the story of how she started questioning her priest. One particular story she shared with me was asking the preacher, well, why does the Bible says you don't call anybody your father except your Father in heaven? And they went back and forth for a while, and ultimately he told her, don't worry about what the Bible says. We practice doctrine, and whatever the Pope tells us is what it is. So stop questioning, basically. And she went on to discover more things about the religion and realized that it wasn't for her. My father was the same. He questioned as well. Um, but until uh, actually my parents were married together. You know, she did after that thing with the priest. My mom and dad got married and happily going to the Catholic Church for a while until they came in contact with Jehovah's Witnesses at the door. knock at the door, which changed the course for both of them. Questioning is the catalyst, which brought them to me. I was brought up in the Jehovah's Witness faith, but it didn't make any sense to Monica. So Monica questioned. And my questioning led to remembering really who and what we are. And it had nothing to do with those little gods in the Bible who are not the grand creator, but lower spirit beings with a God complex, as I mentioned. And then, too, as I've mentioned, I've learned so much during this incarnation. And it has been a difficult journey. However, I have learned so much this incarnation to where I'll be able to help some who are going through this process now themselves. I can share my experience, and that's part of what my channel was about. And I know I go on tangents every different ways, but I want to read this. It's a poem, and I've been trying to put it to music, but a friend of mine, actually, I think she wrote this or she found it online or something. But I loved the message in this particular poem, and about wherever you are on your journey, to stay in that higher frequency or that high love vibration, and no lower feels. Keep it light, and doing what you can to find whatever is lovely around you. And that's the name of the writing of the poem, whatever you want to call it. Whatever is lovely. So let me read it. Whatever is lovely, whatever is pure, whatever is beautiful and true, whatever awakens the wonder inside your heart, whatever brings out the light in you. Actually, I read the wrong part to start with. This is a long one. I'm going to start over. Hold on. Standing through it all, the world we made, we watch it fall. Laughter fades away when we forget the things that keep our fears at bay. Under the shadows, we look for light. Whatever is lovely, whatever is pure, whatever is beautiful and true, whatever awakens the wonder inside your heart, whatever brings out the light in you, whatever is lovely. A rose will find a way to bloom beneath the sky of gray, and hope will rise again at the thought of something worthy in the end. Under the shadows, we look for light. Whatever is lovely, whatever is pure, whatever is beautiful and true, whatever awakens the wonder inside your heart, whatever brings out the light in you. Love will fill the earth with flowers, even in the darkest hours. Don't hide your face. Our love for one another will make the brightest colors turn night into day. Whatever is lovely, whatever is pure, whatever is beautiful and true, whatever awakens the wonder inside your heart, whatever brings out the light in you, whatever is lovely, whatever is lovely. Stay in that high love vibration, guys. Remember who and what we are. We are sovereign, free, spirit beings. We are eternal. We are the light.